Hey everyone, welcome to Nextech. This is the channel where I talk about different technologies, AI, and your general entrepreneurship in online business. In this video, I wanted to share a few ways that will help you make your first $100,000. And I will share a little bit about my past and how I did that. So without any further ado, let's get started. So for those who don't know me, my name is Arthur. I work as a senior software engineer in a big IT company. I have my own startup and I have my own web agency that have been running for the last 7 to 8 years. Let's dive a little bit into how I got into coding and why you no longer need to and use another ways to make money. So my personal story is that at the age of 13, I created my first website. I wanted to create my own social network. I watched the movie Social Network and I got inspired by the idea of creating your own service that is being used by people. And when I started, I didn't know that I could make any money with it. So it was just pure enthusiasm and just wanting to learn how to code and how to design websites. And I just started looking for ways to improve the design of my website. So I started Googling about CSS, HTML, and some basics of JavaScript and PHP at that time. Before that, actually, when I was 12, I already created a few websites just using different web builders like Wix, and it was just very weird looking websites, to be honest. But then in the age of 13, I decided to create something more custom and more complex than a landing page, and so that's how I got into coding. And then I remember that my mom and a lot of her friends were the owners of other businesses. Once they figured out that I know how to make websites, I got a call and it was an offer to make a website and they would pay me $100. Back at that age, I thought, wow, that is a lot of money. And so I just agreed to that. This is how I got my first client. And with the first $100 that I've made, I remember that I reinvested all of them. So I went ahead and just bought a lot of business cards, bought a domain name for an agency at that time. It used to be called Site for You. That was literally what it said on my business card. It was Site for You. This is the link, and on the back side it was a QR code that you can scan and it would just go directly to my website. In that time I didn't have any portfolio on the website. It was just basic website with just description of services that I provide and very low prices. So what I did after school, I would go to just all kinds of business that I would find in the town and would just give them all of my business cards and saying, hey, if you need a website, here it is. Back in Ukraine in 2013, creating websites for businesses was kind of new niche. So not a lot of businesses had websites and there was a high demand for people just moving online. And when I was given the business card, a lot of people didn't realize that I'm the same person who gives them the business card that will be the one who will actually develop their website. And from that on, I was just always be passionate about creating website and learning how to code as I go. And then I got my first job working as the QA engineer. And I remember I didn't stay too long at that job, but it was very interesting experience going into the real office. And at that time I would learn how to communicate with people in the office in real life. So before that it was just my clients, then it's the office thing. And then while in the office I always continued to learn new technologies. And back at that point I started realizing that backend is not something that I'm really interested in, and I thought that I would just take a bit more steps into front-end development. But then I quit my job and then I tried to create my own startup. I had this idea for a language learning app, so it's still available here, Paideia.space. And with this app, it was just a lot of skills that I had to learn and go through to build this the way I wanted it to be. And so right now my main focus is my full-time job where I'm working as a senior software engineer. And briefly, this is the journey that I've been on so far in short words. But let's go into some of the ideas that you can use yourself or where you can get started if you are far from those kind of numbers. Content creation. And the way that I look at it is if you grow your audience online, it can bring a lot of value to your life in the future. So for example, a lot of people think about the very basic stuff that if you be famous, you can sell some ads and that's how you make money. But the way I look at it is that if you were to start a new business tomorrow, you haven't tested it, and let's imagine your business didn't go the way you planned it to be. And now you have to go back to your business, redo it, and then what you're gonna do next is that you're gonna do another round of ads. So you'll burn even more money at that point. So with every iteration of improving your business, you'll have to spending a lot of money to get your business to the right point, to find your unit economy and things like this. With the YouTube channel or your own platform, the way it works is that you can constantly promote your product. So imagine you have a business and it didn't go well, and now you can just go back to your audience after some time you spent into fixing the problem. You can now say, hey, this is the version 2, so please try it again. So instead of investing money into endless rounds of ads, you can invest into the one platform where you grow your audience and then feed this audience with the content you want and with the promotion that goes to it. So me personally, I think that is the much smarter way to do it, but let me know what you think in the comments. So in conclusion, making the $100,000 is completely achievable with the right mindset. Building a reputation of excellence will pay you long term and will bring the success to your entrepreneurial journey. So if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit this like button and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. Peace.